Hi, I'm Dave.
And I'm Matt.
And welcome to Sofa Reviews. Today we're watching another anime, Landlock.
Released in 1995, it's a film?
So it starts with an incredibly long narration about how this guy was raped by his father.
It was on that same day I lost the innocence of youth and became a man.
Well, no, actually, he's talking about his father and his mystical abilities to control the wind.
They could explain this, but of course it's an anime, so we cut to pointless nudity instead.
We also see two guys explaining part of the plot to each other.
I can't even understand what a user of the wind is or even does.
Yeah, me neither.
I hope he has what it takes to be a great leader.
Yes, me too.
Yes, I also hope he will be a good leader.
And then they get attacked and easily slaughtered.
Luda, our hero for the film, goes running off to try and save his father, who just gets easily killed instead.
Luda is confronted in a rather bizarre fashion by his father's killer, Agahale.
Before she can totally beat the crap out of him, Luda's sister Ansa shows up to save him.
After knocking Ansa off her bike, Agahale spots an important birthmark on her back.
She listens to Luda whinging for a bit before explaining she was sent to kill the father and take them prisoner.
It turns out the fact that Luda has one red eye, as Agahale does, is important to the plot.
There's a plot?
Agahale tries to take away Luda's sister, only for him to explode into a flurry of exposition.
Complete with his rotisserie toupee.
This doesn't make the plot any easier to understand, but it does summon a giant green hand.
Well, it's a good thing he didn't do that earlier, because otherwise his dad and village might still be alive.
Luda and Ansa are spirited away before Agahale returns to the most impractical airship ever.
While there, she visits her father, Zanark, to explain that she's a failure.
You fool. You can't even capture one miserable weakling.
Before she leaves, she decides to ask Zanark about Luda and Ansa's father.
Tell me, who are these people anyway?
So it's only after you've killed a bunch of people that you're curious about why.
Of course, instead of an explanation, we cut to some confusing flashbacks.
Anyway, Luda wakes up in a random village having been rescued by this idiot.
His name is Nosaku, but he really reminds me of Otacon.
Otacon is an entomologist and manages to have the worst voice actor ever.
Luda? What a funny name.
Instead of asking Luda how he got there, or explaining how he found him, he just drones on about a beetle on a rock.
He eventually manages to see past his stupid glasses and his rock beetles to ask Luda if he's okay, and explain a bit more of the plot.
One day, Zanark arose as leader of the army, and suddenly it became a military state. To this day, Zanark is still Zaros's powerful leader.
So to explain it better than the film does, it turns out that Luda was the teleporting baby from the start, who was adopted and then turns out to be the chosen one who can control the wind.
The reason why I live in the desert and live like a hermit is...
Everyone hates you.
Otacon goes mad when Luda explains that his village was destroyed.
Not because people died, of course, but because there were some really nice fossils there.
Otacon's rant mentions the next place for the film to go to, which causes Luda some difficulties.
What happened? No.
What is it, boy? Is little Timmy trapped down a well?
Later on, Agahale turns up, somehow immediately knowing where they've gone.
They have a head start. It won't be easy to find them, but I feel certain they've headed north.
At the shrine, and Luda is slapped about again.
Luckily, Ansa teleports into the scene so they can all be captured together.
While they perform tests on Luda, Agahale goes to talk with Ansa.
Which leads to more pointless nudity.
Well, it's easier to ask questions when you're naked. Everyone knows that.
She asks Ansa about the birthmark on her back, but doesn't seem too interested when it turns out they're twin sisters.
That is totally ridiculous.
Oh yeah, as if twins are a real thing. What next? Unicorns?
We then get this bizarre scene with Agahale and her henchman, Volk.
Yes?
Do you want to sleep with me?
What?
Right now, if you want. You can do as you like.
No, I can't. And it's not as if I don't have feelings for you, because I do. It's just that, well, it wouldn't be the right thing to do. What am I trying to say?
Erectile dysfunction?
Volk explains that he'll follow her over anyone else, so they decide to rescue Luda and the others from being executed.
Believe me, she has the same mark on her back as I have on mine.
The same birthmark? Well, that's clear proof.
They escape while Ilan goes to confront Zanark.
Zanark, prepare to die!
I said prepare to die, not defend yourself, dick.
They have a battle which seems quite unfair because her sword breaks off his stomach, and then he reveals that he has a plot device now.
Of course, at this point, Darth Vader is too powerful for Luke, so he falls and is rescued by his friends in an aircraft. Deja vu.
We see them try to escape while Ilan struggles with recent revelations.
Please don't feel bad. You should feel good because you have found a sister.
Yeah, just because your life is a lie and you killed your own father is no reason to feel bad.
Before they can continue the discussion, 3 enemy ships show up and attack them.
Their ship gets shot down, but Ilan and Luda are thrown clear before it crashes.
So the 3 on the ship are captured while Ilan and Luda wash up on a beach.
This gives us lots more dialogue and exposition, but if anything, this makes the plot more difficult to understand.
In Zul, there is the strength of truth, and each one of them seems to be the exact opposite of the other. And you say when the sun sets, it appears, and the setting moon always shines. It's all confusing to me.
Being stranded on the island gives Ilan and Luda some time to bond, until some planes show up and attack them.
It also gives us an opportunity for some more wonderful voice acting.
Here they come! Keep low or they'll see you! Oh no, it's too late!
They hide in a cave while planes bomb the island, revealing a buried statue.
This leads to a scene which would likely induce epilepsy as Luda and Ilan are transported to the final scene of the film.
Meanwhile, we see Zanuck at the starting village, who has to power up by stabbing crystals into his eyes.
The other 3 finally decide they should also try and escape.
They manage to escape from the cell quite easily, with only 1 guard to deal with.
Further along in their escape, and Otacon is saved by his bumbling inadequacy.
Is this it?
Here they are!
They jump from the ship and go running through the forest as Luda and Ilan arrive at the village.
Volk gets shot in the leg and so decides to stay behind to buy the others time to escape. I bet he's glad he betrayed everyone he knows now.
Finding out a guy she never really seemed to care about before has died really seems to upset Ilan.
Oh no, not Volk!
Of course, there's no time for false grief now, as they have to confront Zanuck.
They find him at the shrine and now seems to have gained even more power.
Oh my god, he's got 3D vision!
They attack Zanuck, who now feels is the appropriate time to tell Luda that he killed his biological father, before powering up even more.
My goodness, what is it?
What could it be?
It's a hand, you dopey fucks.
Now things start to get really weird as Zanuck summons a giant green headless man as a castle is revealed from an island.
This causes Answer to glow blue and Otacon to insult the audience.
Now I see. Once you put it together, it's not too difficult to understand.
Otacon's nonsensical explanation causes Zanuck to start breaking apart.
This seems like it could be what kills him, but then Luda just shoots him instead.
The giant man starts to crumble and Zanuck dies, leaving our heroes to realise that they don't have the odd-coloured eyes anymore.
What does it mean, Nusaku?
Well, it means that now we can all live together in peace.
You're not living with us, Otacon, you dick.
And so the film finally ends. In conclusion, there are some things to praise this movie over. For one, the artwork is okay, mainly due to the character designs which were done by Masamune Shiro, a legend in his field, but seeing as that was the main reason that got me to get this movie, it was quite weird seeing that it wasn't his work overall. Still, it does create an interesting world, one which is ripe for exploration, and thus could work much better as an RPG rather than a movie. Likewise, the music reminds me a lot of Final Fantasy. It's very good in parts, very atmospheric, and for the most part I liked it a lot. It does create a nice science fantasy universe, which I'd like to see more of in fiction.
Good.
This film is just really tedious, stupid and convoluted. The plot's all over the place, nothing's really explained. Most of the time, if it's not ridiculous action or pointless nudity, it's tedious dialogue, lots of exposition, it makes it really boring, you don't really care what's happening, and you're just really grateful that it's a very short film. And finally, with a bizarre choice of visuals with continually flashing blue and red lights, it gave us a headache and it would do terrible things to you if you're an epileptic.
This is all so amazing. I wish I knew what he was doing right now.